Once upon a time, in the bustling city of Etheria, there lived a young engineer named Lyra. She was known far and wide for her sharp intellect and ability to solve even the most difficult problems. Despite her talents, Lyra remained humble, always seeking to learn more and sharpen her skills. Her dream was to revolutionize the city's infrastructure, but she knew that dream would require critical thinking, persistence, and innovative problem-solving. Etheria was a city of remarkable beauty, but it was plagued by one persistent issue. Its power grid was outdated, and frequent blackouts disrupted the daily lives of its citizens. Businesses suffered, schools would close unexpectedly, and residents constantly worried about when the next outage would strike. The mayor of Etheria, Mayor Linton, held a citywide competition, inviting the brightest minds to come up with a solution. The prize? A chance to work with the city to implement the winning design. Lyra was determined to win. She knew that a simple upgrade wouldn't be enough. The city needed something entirely new, a radical shift in how it generated and distributed power. But how? This wasn't a problem with a straightforward solution. It required deep thinking, creativity, and the ability to view the problem from multiple angles. She began by gathering information, poring over documents that outlined the city's power consumption patterns, energy losses, and infrastructure flaws. Lyra didn't just stop at the data. She spoke with citizens, asking about their daily experiences during blackouts. She visited factories and hospitals, learning how outages affected critical operations. By seeing the problem from every perspective, she began to piece together a bigger picture. It became clear that the issue wasn't just one of outdated equipment, but inefficiencies at every level of the system. As she gathered information, Lyra remained focused on applying critical thinking. She asked herself probing questions. What assumptions were people making about the city's power needs? Were there alternative energy sources that had been overlooked? What were the long-term environmental impacts of maintaining the current system? Lyra realized that everyone was focused on patching the grid without considering the city's untapped renewable resources. This was her breakthrough moment. She proposed a hybrid energy system that combined solar, wind, and hydroelectric power, harnessing the natural resources around Etheria. She introduced the idea of smart grids, self-regulating networks that could adjust energy flow in real time, redirecting power to areas that needed it most during peak hours or emergencies. This would ensure that the city wouldn't be vulnerable to sudden outages. On top of that, Lyra designed an energy storage solution using advanced batteries that could store surplus energy for later use. But her solution wasn't without its challenges. Some of the city's older districts were built in ways that made integrating new technology difficult. Lyra hit roadblocks, with other engineers and city planners doubting her vision. She realized that this was a problem of mindset as much as technology. Many believed that large-scale change would take too long or cost too much. Lyra didn't give up. She worked tirelessly to convince the doubters by creating detailed models of how her system would work. She simulated scenarios showing how her plan could stabilize the power grid and reduce costs over time. She conducted pilot tests in smaller neighborhoods, demonstrating immediate results in energy efficiency. Her problem-solving wasn't limited to engineering. It extended to persuasion, negotiation, and collaboration. In the final stretch of the competition, Lyra encountered her toughest challenge. Just a week before her presentation, a major storm struck Etheria, causing massive flooding in parts of the city. The storm highlighted weaknesses in the city's infrastructure that even her plan had overlooked. Flooded power stations were now a problem. Rather than seeing this as a setback, Lyra embraced it as an opportunity for further innovation. She quickly adjusted her design to include flood protection measures, such as elevated power stations and waterproofing critical parts of the grid. Her ability to adapt and integrate new challenges into her solution was the hallmark of her critical thinking and problem-solving skills. On the day of the presentation, she stood before the city council, not with a perfect solution, but with a flexible, dynamic plan that accounted for future challenges. She didn't claim to have all the answers, but emphasized that her system could evolve as the city grew and changed. Her plan was revolutionary, not just for its technological brilliance, but for how it addressed Etheria's unique needs holistically. The city council was impressed, and Lyra won the competition. With her newfound responsibility, Lyra worked hand in hand with the city to implement the system. Over the years, Etheria transformed into a beacon of innovation, a city powered by renewable energy and resilient infrastructure. Lyra's story spread far and wide, inspiring other cities to rethink their own power grids. Lyra's journey was a testament to the power of critical thinking and problem-solving. It wasn't just her knowledge of engineering that solved the problem. It was her ability to think deeply, question assumptions, view challenges from multiple perspectives, and continuously adapt her solutions that made all the difference. Through her efforts, Lyra didn't just fix a broken system. She created something better, leaving a lasting impact on her city and beyond. And so, Etheria flourished, powered not only by energy, but by the critical thought and innovation of one determined individual.